Hi, everyone. Welcome to Dice and Dynamics. I am the person that usually reads you in Fish, here with a biting quip concerning the Spelljammer drama. Just know that whatever you write, as long as someone with a rational mind has read it, you are already doing better than Wizards of the Coast. And they get paid big money. So, congratulations to you, and post that little thing you've been hiding in your hard drive. It literally can't be worse.
All right. Well, thank you, Fish. It really is remarkable that Wizards of the Coast decided to, go the flying monkey route in 2022 and actually did worse than the Wizard of Oz. It was pretty impressive. Anyways, with that, all the Spelljammer talk aside, we are on our way to a planar adventure. Though one much more grounded. I don't know. Anyways, we are currently in the Great Sand Sea, the Anarok Desert. The group is searching for a rift between the planes, somewhere where the mages of Candlekeep can peer into the hells and find a good and somewhat relatively safe place to put them down utilizing the plane shift spell. Last we left off, we had a bit of a extended combat featuring two moving vessels along the sand as the party was chased by a group of Lakatha who were upset with the treatment of their oasis as a bathing pool. And that is where we will pick up. That combat having just resolved, I believe you guys made your way through the vessel and got some potions and some other sort of consumable items after the encounter. And we will pick back up aboard your guide Thrix's vessel as you all sort of recover from that happenstance.
Now, Silkaz, I need you to be honest with me. Did my robes fly up when I was running over to the ship? Like, did y'all see my back rolls?
Yes.
Oh my god, all of them?
How would you define all of them?
I've got a lot of back rolls. It's a little bakery up in there.
Well, I can say for certain that we saw at least 3 or 4.
Oh, okay. All right. That's good. That's good. That's good. And how did I look good? Like on a scale of 1 to 10. Is it like playful? Do you think I could have been more cheeky about it's cheeky? See what I did there?
Jeremina, all the love in the world. I was not thinking about that.
You weren't looking so Kez.
No, I was not looking. I was looking to make sure you weren't going to die.
Oh,
But-
that's sweet. That's sweet. Okay, okay. Well, I'd say we can work on that. But you're not going with, well, maybe, I don't, get, you are Enigma?
Jeremina, it has been 175 years. I would be hard-pressed to say that I even looked at my own husband that way, oftentimes. So you would have rock bottom to start with.
Hey, I've started from worse. That's okay, you know? Maybe if I had 800 years to chew through. That being said, thank you everybody. That fight was so much fun. I'm gonna start working on Olin's little hat situation. I've got an idea for it. I know how to spunkin' it up. I know how to put a little flair on it. Marty, your driving was terrible. How in the world did you manage to not hit the only thing in the desert?
Beyond me, Jeremina.
You had one thing you wanted to accomplish, which was dashing us all against the rocks, and you didn't manage to do it.
I apologize.
If it ever happens again, I would like to see perhaps more dashing up against the rocks. It makes for an exciting story. We didn't even brush up against the rock. We're like 30 feet.
It's also... It's
80
not our ship. Now, the Lakotha ship, feel free to dash that against the rocks, but this is Thrix's vessel, so...
Well, but in this moment, Marty was behind the wheel. It became Marty's ship. As far as we knew, Thrix was dying on the sand.
Thrix, are you dead?
No.
Were you dying?
No.
Sad.
Oh.
He was on top of the ship with us, Delamina.
Well, no, but he fell off the ship. And then he died. So he totally died. Okay, I'm done bullshitting. I'm gonna go put on clothes.
That would be preferable, yes. That would be preferable, yes.
And that would be preferable. Well, so, because I think that if you... Well, no, you wouldn't even... Like, if you went bathing and there was, like, someone there, they would, like... They'd, like, not. You know, like, they wouldn't ambush you. They'd be like, oh, I'm sorry, Silkez. Like, let me come back later. Go ahead, get dressed. I'll be back. Just, you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And she's, like, taking a hook around somewhere and, like, getting dressed while talking.
Folding up a towel.
So that's fun business. What a fight! That was fun.
I was not expecting it.
I am hungry.
I
I do. Oh well, I kind of want tartar sauce. Like I could go for a mean fish fry right now.
Silka's motions at the Lakotha boat.
Well, we
I'm sure
sent that shit away.
Oh, what?
Aren't we like sending it away? Like, aren't we putting it back to the lake and stuff? The oasis, the little thingy.
Certainly, but there
See
are
if,
some
we
prime
could-
fillets up there, I'm sure.
I'm
not eating Lakotha. That's like weird.
Yeah, they do seem.
They's talking and everything.
Yeah, I would prefer not to eat. Like
Something
I'm
that puts you in a
understanding
moral
that we might have to
quandary.
eat. Yeah, I understand we might have to eat monsters at some point in time on this journey. Let's avoid the ones that have language.
Oh, so it's when they have language that becomes a barrier for you, Marty.
Like in the sense of like they have intelligence and a culture. It becomes, oh, this is a living being that is, humanoid. But not humanoid, because that's its own kind.
Yeah, Marty, that's kind of a little... Yeah, that's an interesting thing to draw the line at. Well, do you know that dolphins can talk? Would you eat a dolphin?
No, I wouldn't eat a dolphin, actually.
I would eat a dolphin.
Oh, Silkez, but you're like that.
Yeah. What do you mean by that, Jeremina?
I think
she could mean it in honestly anyway, and yeah, I
mean, it's not like a power game to Silkez, right? Like it's got to be,
No, I'm just curious.
But you assume it's a power game thing, Jeremina?
Because Silkez obviously has a complex relationship with things.
It would also require me to view dolphins as something other than an animal and more of something on a, more sentient level, such as the Lakotha, which I'm still not against.
But
that is a power thing.
Thank you. Okay, just glad I'm not misreading that part. The I don't know. I don't know how I feel about eating monsters. I don't know. Like I eat animals. I love eating bones. I've eaten some weird stuff, but eating monsters, because you don't know, you know? Like, would you eat a dragon? Like it's a
Oh yeah.
reptile, but they talk. And like, what if you attack a basilisk? Right? Well, okay. Oh, those little liquid fits.
Illithid?
Yeah. That. Would you
Enjoyed
eat
very
that?
much.
Like it's a squid. Like it's a
No,
squid.
because it has like a culture and is a living.
What defines a
Let's
culture?
let us play in this
I
space for
don't.
a moment. Let's
I don't
say
know,
that
Jeremy.
we
I think it's you know it when you see it kind of thing.
I
well,
don't know.
let's just say that we kill an illithid. What if we only eat the tentacle parts? Is that
Right.
still technically eating the rest of the
Right. No, because
Is it still cannibalism if you eat a foot?
No, because I don't have tentacles. So it's not cannibalism if I just eat the tentacle portion.
right. So it's not cannibal. Okay, so if you're somebody that doesn't have, well, tieflings don't have spleens. At least I don't have one. So
I
if I
thought you
went and
guys
I ate a human spleen, would that be cannibalism?
That
Assuming no tiefling has spleen,
no.
would that
I would,
be cannibal? Because I don't have it.
Jeremina, what is eating a steak?
Coniferous.
that's the tree.
A tree of what? Life?
Coniferous is a
Oh
tree.
no, carnivorous. Thank you. I got jokes.
It was very fun.
Thank you. Well, neither you chuckled politely.
Okay, but really, are we hungry? I can make us something.
I don't know if I'm hungry anymore. Well, I kind of want squid now.
Well, we can go back. We can return their boat and be like, "Hey, we need some supplies. If you can give us some squids along with that, that would be helpful."
I don't think there are squids here.
I mean, we can ask.
Can you talk to them?
I can understand.
Oh, real shit.
Yeah, they speak abyssal.
Oh shit! I can. Crazy thing about Abyssal. This whip, it like translates things for me. Talking Abyssal to me. Talking Abyssal.
That's not concerning at all.
Talk. Anyway,
It's not talking right now, is it?
the whip.
Yes, the whip.
No, I mean it kind of gives me like flashes of emotions, but I'll be honest, I can't decipher them from my usual flashes of emotion.
You know, hot flashes, etc.
So,
Okay,
but
do
you say it
river otters?
translates things for you.
Yeah, I
So
would
when
say
you look
that.
at a text or you hear someone speaking, you can understand them, even if you
Yeah,
don't understand.
yeah. Well, it's kind of like how Infernal works for me, cause like I don't remember being taught Infernal, but like I know Infernal. You know what I'm? You know?
Hmm.
So crazy. Anyways, Marty, do river otters having special little rocks count as culture?
Oh, but I also wouldn't eat a river otter.
Okay, what about beavers? Because beavers build dams, which is like
I think I've
homes, which is
eaten.
like culture. What about
No,
cows having best friends?
What about dogs or cats?
Yeah! Like, cats totally
I
have a culture. I read this
I
great poem about it.
called Jellicles. Jellicle cats.
No, it's called Cats.
Is that the one where they have like this weird orgy and they talk about ritual suicide?
I think so. I kind of thought it was about the Neverwinter War on Giants, like as a metaphor. But I really cannot tell.
Where's
Uh,
Olin in all this, actually?
Right.
Olin is the farthest corner of the boat, of Thrix's boat, just tuning this out the second they started asking about eating people or what justifies cannibalism. He's literally just playing with the with Ula's knife, just talking to her, just trying to drown y'all out, because like this is just
You see this shit? Do you see this shit I deal with every day, Ula? I'm at my fucking limit.
I don't even have memory and I know this is bullshit. I don't understand.
Rhea is also on a corner of the ship, seemingly tuning you guys out, and Thrix just looks very uncomfortable.
I'm gonna
Like,
say
I
we
guess,
do not
it's
have.
the thing of you know it when you see it.
I don't know. I feel like.
I feel like that also comes down to personal bias. For example, I
Right.
would certainly eat a river otter or a dolphin, but I wouldn't eat whatever body part Jeremina doesn't have that I do, or she has that I don't.
Explain.
You get the deal.
Second, we do not have enough corners on this boat for Rhea, Faye, and Olin. Do you see them? They're like 20 feet apart. What wind is tickling Rhea's hair like that?
There is a breeze.
Wait,
There's a
isn't it-
this
I'm
is
not
the great
feeling
sand. This is the great sand seas. Most oceans have breezes.
Well, this is clearly not an ocean. The sand sea's a metaphor because it's sand, and it's like and like like the what? It's not.
Oh, so we're going to
literally
get
a
into
sea.
semantics about this now too?
Yeah, I love me some semantics.
Well,
Because-
it's kind of like a sea, though. There is water underneath the sand, because if you go north enough, a glacier runs into the sand, and
What?
it sort of melts underneath. Yeah, from the spine of the world, there's a glacier that comes down.
Oh shit! I don't actually know where we are, like in relation to the world maps.
East of Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Probably
I
about
didn't really
middle of
know.
the probably about the middle of the continent here, and then this over here would be the Sword Coast.
Mhm.
Sword
He
Coast.
just also happens to have a.
He also just has a map plastered to the outside of his
Yeah.
little hut area.
I thought that was like a face. I thought that was like a stylized face.
Yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
look. You see the nose, kind of, and like it's a really choppy beard, like it's all
I
fucked
can-
up.
Kind of. To me,
Yeah,
it looks
see?
like it has like a hook nose and a mouth in that corner there.
Yeah.
Can you tell it's been a while since we played D&D?
In any case, how are we going to get the boat back? Are we sailing the Lakotha boat first and dragging ourselves along with it, or are we attempting to drag the
I mean-
Lakotha boat? Eraser.
It's not. This one wasn't really hard to pilot at all. I'm sure that one. Like.
The
it
I
seems
could
pretty
I
easy.
could pilot it. I don't need my hat for that, but I could.
I'm not giving you this hat back until I detox it and desanitize it and whatever they did to this hat.
It don't smell. The Silkes did the.
I did prestidigitation
No,
on
baby,
it.
it smells. The prestidigitate, all it does is get rid of the ephemeral smell, but the bacteria festering in it.
No, I was gonna say, yeah, the bacteria's still there.
Okay. But I can drive the boat if you want.
Or I could drive this one.
But he points to the big one next to them. I meant that one.
Yeah.
Well, I think Thrix can drive this one, his boat, which you so kindly pointed out earlier, Solkez.
It is still his boat.
It is still Thrix's boat.
So
Thrix, do you have any next to kin? Like, who gets your shit when you die?
God.
Oh, nobody. I do have somewhere in the vicinity of like 300, 400 brothers and sisters, though.
There's like lady gnolls out there?
No.
Oh.
Thought we went over this. We're all Ken dolls down
We did,
there.
yeah. Oh,
So really, it's
Lady-
whatever you feel like going with.
Ladies
That.
can be Ken dolls too. Whatever that is.
It's a famous doll brand. Ken doll. You know.
Yeah, they smuggle bootleg ones across the Black Road sometimes.
Oh, that's cool.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I remember the
Anyway,
Warriors and the Underdark
Anyways.
used to take off
Oh my
them.
God.
Anyways.
All right, guys, what are we doing?
We're going
be
back to the Oasis.
fucking
We're
fresh.
returning the ship.
Yes.
Okay. So fair enough. It will take a bit of work to get the ship turned around from its position, sort of up alongside of this rock. Is anyone here proficient in or capable of utilizing proficient in, it's like vehicles or something like that? I know you get it from the soldier background.
Like land vehicles.
Land vehicles or water vehicles, either would apply here.
let me
Nope.
check.
no, but I can try.
Marty is a quick learner, apparently.
Olin knows how to use the brakes.
Actually, you don't have to like keep your foot on it. It's just like an anchor. You just sort of hit the button.
Nah.
One moment. I'm checking. Come
Yeah.
on. I'm not.
All right. Given just sort of taking a look at it, given the weight of the vessel and the tools you have available to you, it would probably take you somewhere in the vicinity of 4 to 6 hours to turn this vessel in a way that you can get it off of this rock.
Never mind then.
You would need whatever the equivalent of a sand sea tow truck is to turn this to turn this thing around.
Mm-hmm.
Because unfortunately, these do not have a reverse gear.
What if we just put our arm back, turn our head around, and start driving?
So I know that it's going to take a while. However, we did kill like 10 of them. And this is their house. And I cannot imagine this was cheap to get. I'm cool taking a 4-6 hours to turn this thing around and return it. Like, yeah, we killed him. Almost literally all of them except one. However, we don't have to be like jerks about it.
They tried
I
to
mean,
they tried to
really
kill
only,
us.
I mean, Jeremina, Marty will like point the 100 yards to where the oasis is. We didn't really go that far.
Yeah, but I feel like we can just go the extra mile and help them.
They tried to kill us.
Yeah,
They did try to
plenty of
kill
people
us.
try to kill us. Everyone wants to kill us.
So
If
if we kill them, we do favors. Everyone.
Yeah,
I just
sure,
feel
why
like we
not?
should get back on paces.
Yeah, we technically do have people that are actively being hunted.
And they are sinking slowly into
I-
the river
I
Styx, which
feel
is...
like we can take. We've already added days to the trip. It's 4 to 6
Yeah, that's
hours
because
to go
we didn't
out
have
of our
water.
way to make it a non-hostile place to be at. I feel like we can take the time with this.
Jeremina, I don't think we do.
I am
We
against
added-
it mostly because I don't feel like we owe these fish people anything necessarily. They did
I
try to
don't
kill
want to
us.
do it for the fish people. I want to do it for us because I plan on coming back. And
Well,
we
what-
added like 3 days to the trip. We can add 3 days, but we can't add 6 hours.
We
But-
added 3 days because otherwise we would start being exhausted. We would be.
We would have not had water.
dehydrated. We would
Yeah, we
have died.
died.
So this was a party necessity. Turning the boat around is not a party necessity.
I want to turn the boat around.
But
And I'm glad that
Is
you want to do
there-
that.
To me.
Can we leave a note saying
They
we're sorry,
can't
but we're in a
read.
rush?
So you
We
leave
can
your
talk
insurance
about it in the
information.
vessel.
Just put a sticky note on the back of the boat.
Yeah,
Well,
like,
you don't know that they can read. You
well,
didn't
if
see
they
me
can
riding
speak
around the
Abyssal, then
ship.
they should be able to read Abyssal. Like, that's typically what considers, like, is a part of.
Also, Jeremina, what do you get out of returning the boat to the Oasis? Ultimately.
What I get out of returning the boat to the Oasis is I was the one that pissed them off. They got on my case at the city and then they ambushed us and attacked us here. What says they're not going to cause problems if there's water under the sand? Then that means they can basically come at us any point they want. I want to make this. I want to extend an olive branch.
We've already killed several of them, though.
I don't
This
I don't think that's going to help.
This is more of a formality rather than an olive branch. Especially since we haven't technically cleaned up any of the corpses that are left on the.
I don't know. I feel like if we start pinching pennies for time here, what else are we gonna pinch pennies and compromise on later?
That is a little bit of an interesting slippery slope you've put yourself on.
I'm
I
going
don't
to help, Lucas.
I don't understand why you're putting your paces here rather than in hell, where you are going to have to.
Because the paces
Jeremina?
start here. The slippery slope started like 8 years ago for me.
Jeremina, we don't know how fast Ultrel is sinking into the River Styx, or what else is happening there, right? But when we took three days to go this way, it was because it was a necessity. But the 6 hours that we're going to be spending doing this, that is 6 hours that they don't have.
The 3 days were added because
We need to survive.
I'm not going to
because
make
we need
this.
to survive, yes.
Yeah.
And because
We had water. Like, we had our stuff. But I'm
we
not
didn't,
going to
though.
make this a personal thing.
Okay.
We can
All right. So we're going to continue our journey, Thrix.
All right, and
You can leave a note with them.
he will go ahead and get the vessel ready, and it will eventually lurch onwards. And you guys
It's
can.
just a little like SRY 4, letter 4, ruining your boat. Sad face.
Sad face. Nationwide is on your side, I guess.
All state, you're in good fins.
yeah. Last we left off, you guys' intent was to skim around the edge of the oasis. Is that still the plan?
I would assume so, because that was the best way to make
Yeah.
sure we kept water.
Okay, fair enough. With that, your night concludes, the low, slow mist sort of rolls in around the vessel, and night takes it. So everybody can go ahead and deduct a ration. You don't have to do it now. I'm going to keep account of how many we use this episode. So deduct a ration, but as long as you're staying within a hex of the oasis, you can remain full on water. Because I'm assuming that you guys would be filling up as you
Yeah.
use. All right. The night is uneventful, and the next day the sun rises, and your journey continues. Can somebody roll me a d20? Actually, let me move token now.
I am on it. $18.
18. Okay. Check my random encounter.
Oh boy.
Okay. All right. So, as the day presses forward and as the skiff begins to sort of skim across the sand, sort of lifting and bending and flexing with the dunes, you all off in the distance see a bit of a sort of a dust cloud forming, and Thrix pays very close attention to it, but then eventually dismisses it as not to be worried about, and will return to sort of his duty of steering the vessel.
Is that normal, those kinds of dust clouds?
That one looked to be some sort of fight. It's like some sort of large sand viper and a giant scorpion. So just a toss up between a couple large beasts. It happens between, and he'll sort of point off, and you'll see as the sort of off in the distance behind where the cloud is forming, and you can see sort of flashes of scales and of sort of carapace amidst the dust. And he'll say, there are a pretty decent number of giant scorpions between, and he'll sort of point to like an arch shape, and he'll say, the gate, and then draw his finger over, and then there's sort of a large plateau, and he's like, and they call that one, I think they call it the run, or the room, something like that. Oh, it all depends on who names it and how often the name gets used on what it ends up called.
If that happens often between the gate and the run, is there, breeding grounds there for other species then? Or is it just a frequenting spot?
Could be. He'll sort of point northward, and you notice that where the gate and the ride or the run or the room is, there's just sort of there's a lot of dots of these sort of large towering natural stone monoliths sort of jutting out, rising out of the desert. It seems like there's a higher concentration of them northward of where you are all at, and he'll say, "Could be," and most everybody knows not to travel through the sort of highly concentrated groups of the risen stones.
Interesting. Have you ever had to do a quick pass or slow pass through there, as it were?
Nope. I always avoided it.
Interesting. Thank you.
Problem.
Thrix, you are so knowledgeable. Has anybody ever told you that? Like, you're really good at what you do.
Oh, thank you. I try. I try.
I, I just, you have a real good way of speaking about things.
Thank you.
Called again? The Risen Stone?
Yeah. That's sort of the general name for the stones as they come out of the desert. Though large collections of them, like to the north there, are known as fields of risen stones, which there's no specific name for the various fields. They're just the fields of risen stones. There's multiple.
Interesting.
All
Jeremy is
right.
right. You're very knowledgeable.
Oh, thank you. And with that, if there isn't anything else on the docket for scenes or things like that, that will conclude the traveling day. Very uh, low impact. Um, and the mist sort of rolls in and surrounds the skiff once again, and the second ration will be expended, and the next day comes, and with the next day, Thrix will say, "All right, so the X on your map, it's kind of large. I think we're going to get into the area that is inclusive of this X today. But I don't really know where I'm supposed to be going beyond that."
Well, I think that will be in our hands after that.
We were told what it would look like, kind of a wibbly wobbly situation.
All right, okay.
So, yeah. Which, speaking of wibbly wobblies, Olin,
Nah.
I got your hat.
Oh, yes?
Are you ready?
Yes!
Wonderful.
He takes off his brim hat.
I don't. So, cause did he say where I put his hat?
Oh, that's so mean.
Wait,
I had it behind me because I was holding it, but then I think I set it down to get water. Do you see? One moment. One. Oh, here it is. Sorry, I put it. Okay, and then she's gonna pick up like a one of her cloaks, and she picks it up, and then she's like, "Oh, ta-da!" And she'll reveal a captain's hat. It just has a very simple black cotton like framing around it, with a purple ribbon trim, like around. There's the fishbone, some feathers. I think there's just like a lot of trinkets on it. It's kind of a busy hat. And she'll hold it out and say, "You said to give it my flair."
No.
So I gave it my flair.
I greatly appreciate it. It looks very nice.
Thank you. I put some bones on it.
Mm-hmm.
I took cues from Faye. You know that like goth shit.
Yes, he doesn't.
There's some hooks here where you can hang stuff, and it'll like dangle in front of your face. I don't know.
Okay, I appreciate that.
Yes. Well, go on, take it.
He'll grab it and he'll put it on.
All right. Fuck you, Owen.
What?
Ooh.
I said thank you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Don't
okay.
mention it.
Oh, okay. What?
You're welcome.
Just go with it.
Okay. He doesn't even know how he got in trouble. All right.
All right. So, the traveling day to get away from the or sorry, to get to where the X is marked. Eventually, Thrix will pull the boat to a stop and will say, "Okay, last opportunity to fill your water." And as he is indicating that you're about to pull away from the edge of the oasis to sail on the sands towards where the X is marked on Traxagora's map.
Right. Can we say that over the past? I meant to say, but days went fast.
And the
Morty
days
has
go
been
by.
scrubbing and scrubbing. That's a bad movement, actually. Scrubbing the water barrels that we found.
Oh, yeah, sure. Absolutely.
Awesome. So,
Are they clean enough for regular water now? I guess is the real question.
yeah, are they clean enough?
I will say make a nature check.
I will
And
also note that she did bring soap with her. And she may have
okay,
used
then
it.
with advantage.
Yeah, she did say that. She brought like the travel kit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then go ahead and make the check with advantage then. And you can use
Okay.
your intelligence score. Nature is intelligence, actually.
Yes, it is. 18.
18. Yeah, so with a couple days of diligent scrubbing, with soap and a bristle brush, you were able to get the barrels fairly clean, or at least to the best of your ability, in a way that you would feel comfortable drinking water from them. Though,
Yeah, like there's still like a little bit of like a sting going, but like you can't really taste it.
yeah, it's one of those things where, especially, given Marty's background as an artificer, et cetera, you would know that wood is porous. And there's a reason why winemakers purchase casks from distillers and vice versa. They sort of, once something's in there for long enough, the taste is just kind of baked into the wood a little bit, and you know that you're not going to be able to get it all the way out, but you know that it is at least sanitary at this point. That nobody's going to have a terrible infection or something. It is clean in that regard. It might taste a little funky, but other than that, it'll be fine.
But I wanted botulism in my water.
Damn it!
Give me just like the slightest taste of dysentery, god damn it.
All right. Okay, I'm gonna be real with you guys. There will be a slight aftertaste, but literally, like only if like you're thinking about it.
Well, now I have to ignore it for at least 3 hours, because otherwise I will think about it.
Yeah, in retrospect, I probably shouldn't have mentioned it, but also,
Thank you, Marty. I am glad that you undertook this task for us.
That was very sweet of you. I'm also going to extend my services. I will boil the smell, the taste, the funk out of the water if anybody wants that option. If not, I'm going to be chewing charcoal before I drink it.
Be nice, Ramina. Thank you.
Well, why don't we just put some no, I don't think I have enough charcoal for that.
Like,
anyways.
It's as good as it's gonna get right now. Like, the more we use it, the better it'll get.
I don't know that. but I'm confident in you. For sure.
All right.
Marty will then. It was like 2 or 3 water barrels.
2, I believe.
2, thank you. So Marty will go ahead and fill up 2 water barrels.
Okay. You do so. Each one of them comprises of 55 gallons of water.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah, so they're like 55. They're 55-gallon drums, basically, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So like with aid, can she like sort of like maneuver the them like into like over the bag of holding and just sort of like swoop them up?
Yeah, I would say that as long as the opening to the bag of holding is large enough, that shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, like Marty made it herself, so I imagine she can adjust it as need be. But yeah, so she would put them in empty and then just sort of begin filling them up. It takes a while.
Okay. All right. After Marty goes through the process of filling up the 55-gallon sort of barrels, canisters, whatever you want to call them, and placing them in the bag of holding, Thrix will depart from the edge of the oasis and sail towards the X on the map. And several hours will go by. Departing from the oasis, the sort of dots of the heavily concentrated risen stones will sort of fade off into the distance. Eventually, the warble of heat rising up off the water that to some experiencing heat delirium may generate a mirage also fades off, and you sort of sail into open sand, and eventually you all hear a boonk, and the ship bucks and bends and comes to settle on a sort of patch of sand in what seems to be the middle of nowhere. And Thrix will say, "We're here."
Is there anything notable?
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Can I also make one? I think Jeremy is definitely like looking around.
Yep. Either you both can make one, or one of you can make it with advantage. It's up to you.
I'm going to give Silka's advantage.
Okay.
I got a nat 20 first roll. So
Very
Alright.
nice.
So, Silkez, as you sort of step out onto the ship after Thrix has made this declaration, the ship has settled, and you sort of pan and take in the space, and it is very empty here. There is not much to see. With your natural 20, and what is your modifier?
so the total is 27.
Okay.
Damn! Holy fuck!
So you're able to see a single bird in the sky, sort of circling the vessel. You know this to likely be Mr. Lim, Faye's familiar, who's been transformed into a crow. You sort of look around, and there is not much to see, with the exception of sort of a plateau risen stone, about 1,000 or so yards from where the ship has come to stop.
Were we given any instructions as to whether or not we would have to summon something? Is there a time of day that it's going to pop up? Did Traxigal
We need to make a
mention
blood
anything like
count of
that?
He's a sending stone, and to call him when we get here.
Oh.
Oh! Why don't you call him Marty?
Sure. Marty will grab the sending stone
Tell me
and...
that hi.
Oh, well, I mean, you're gonna see him in a second.
What
And
still?
she will say, okay. Hi, Traxigor. We are at the spot you marked. Jeremina says
hi.
And,
There will
yeah.
there will be a brief pause, and then the sending stone will come back and will say, "Keynote speech went well. Do you see the warbling mass of energy? Question mark. Will follow this message with another." At which point it goes, zzz, and then in your head you hear a respond to this.
God. Okay. Do you guys see like a warbling mass? Or did I miss that description?
I looked around. Did Silka see anything that seemed to fit the description of a warbling mass?
No, in fact, you would be very confident that no such thing exists in this area at all.
Look, I've looked around constantly, and Jeremina, with her eye for detail, in addition, has also not helped me to see it. So, no warbling mass exists around here.
Great. Marty will...
Are you gonna do detect magic?
Actually, yes, I will.
I can also do detect. Oh, you know what?
Or... No, I can't.
You don't have it?
No, I forgot to pack my magnifying glasses under the frickin'
Here's
water
what
barrels. I forgot to prepare it.
Here's what I'll do. I've kind of got this like nifty ninth sense. I just gotta sit down real quick and let me
Ninth sense?
I'm gonna try and use divine sense.
Okay.
I don't think strictly that'll help, but like whatever.
She's
Let
giving
me-
it the alcohol try.
Yeah,
Let me see how long it takes so I know how to flavor it.
sure. I'm just looking up what it detects for the purposes of things.
Okay, as an action, so it's 6 seconds.
What's the radius? Oh, 60 feet.
Only 60 feet. I thought it was bigger.
I think it gets
120
bigger.
feet diameter.
Yeah.
Whatever. Give it the good old college try.
Okay.
Jeremina is going to sit at like the foremost of the ship, and I think she's going to kind of perch off the edge. And I think divine sense for her is almost like reptilian. I think she has to like open her mouth and she like hisses, flaring out her olfactory senses, and like she smells presence. She doesn't see it, it doesn't ping for her, she like smells it.
Okay. As you do that, you sort of begin to take in all those scents, and unfortunately, the only one you're able to register is Thrix, who is a massive walking carpet of fiendish scent. Other than that, you pick up nothing else.
Not even Feyarea ping?
No.
Huh. She'll kind of, I think her jaw like trembles as she takes in the sense and everything. And does she ping? Does Jeremina ping?
Yeah, but I would assume that you would be familiar enough with
Right, like
yourself. Yeah. I was talking about like the external stuff, but
right.
yes, yeah.
And she'll kind of like her jaw hangs loose, and she seems to be like struggling with the way her mind has, like, the way it's processing and registering these new senses, and she'll kind of wiggle it away and say, absolutely nothing pinged for me.
Because you've used a detect magic thing before. Do you still know how to do that?
Me? Or Silkes?
No, Silkes.
Oh, yeah, I still know how to do that.
Like
Do
right
you
now?
mind doing that?
Yeah, give me a minute. I'm going to do it the old-fashioned way. Since we have...
Yeah, reserve our...
I want to make sure I get it right. And he will ritual cast detect magic.
Okay. You do so. Obviously, it takes 10 minutes and some change to do so. And as you complete the ritual and sort of your senses open up to detecting magic, obviously there is a large amount of magic centered on Thrix's vessel, which is the various flavors of your
Everyone.
party. And yeah, so tuning those out, you sort of go beyond the vessel and look, and it's how large a radius for detect magic?
Let's
Is it
see.
120 feet, I want to say?
So Silkes is going to be going to the edge of the boat, and what
Sure.
he's doing is, you know, those kind of silvery balloons that baby spiders use to go places?
Mm-hmm.
That's essentially what he's doing. He's pulling, like, very slim, very shimmery threads out into the world and sending them out.
Okay.
And give me a singular. Trying to get this bitch to work. There it is. 30 feet.
30 feet. Discounting the all of the magic centered on the boat, looking out beyond it, sort of the little sort of like webbed balloon detectors that you've sent out. Nothing.
Still nothing.
Nothing? Okay. I
No.
think we should start doing a blood sacrifice.
No.
What?
Well, why don't we look around?
Did
a
somebody
little
need
more?
me? I'm here.
Oh my god, we have Faye.
Oh, right, we have Faye.
We don't. We are so stupid. Faye?
Yeah.
Hey, Faye, baby. So we're looking for a what did it swirling?
Warbling mass.
Swirl of?
Just of like a warbling mass of energy, magical energy.
Can you do that? Can you find that?
I can try.
Thank you.
She will take out a fiendish looking knife and cut her own hand.
Jesus.
What?
I told you.
The blood sacrifice was just a joke.
No, this is material components to like rub her hands together.
Oh, baby, don't do that where I can see. That is so weird.
Okay, sorry.
I love it though. I'm sorry. I don't mean to. I do that too.
Okay. She'll go find a quiet spot for a second.
Okay.
Marty will go and watch because she's interested in this stuff now.
All right.
Marty, that is so weird. She walked off for a reason.
Because you said that you didn't want to see. I want to see.
I could have walked away. Faye, no, Faye, get back over here. You don't have to walk away to do that. I will turn. Germina will turn around. See? I'm not seeing it.
Much in the way that Silkez did, little motes of blood will sort of go up as little detectors, and she'll just say, "Yeah, no, it's sand."
Is it? Germina's going to look up.
Faye will look up.
Nothing?
No,
Okay. Germina will look down. Anything.
there's boat deck.
Okay. Look. Okay. Germina will walk to the edge of the boat and look over.
Sand.
Okay, should I contact Traxigor back?
Yeah, I'm going to. Yeah.
Yes, please. We've
Yeah,
been
okay.
out here
Okay.
for
Did
some
I-
time.
We've officially tried. We've officially looked.
Yeah, I would say. Well, Olin,
Da.
can you see anything? Any swirling mass of
With
energy?
your
Olin
eyes.
will look around.
There is sort of a faint like shimmer along the edge of the sand where it's hot. That kind of has a bit of a warbling effect. But nothing past that.
Olin will go, I think I'm looking. Is it on the sand?
No, it's not on the
Oh.
sand.
Wait,
No?
how do we know it's not? It's not, but it's war. It is.
You see the
It
little
is a
lines?
warbling mass.
Wait, that is a question that you can ask Traxicle. Is it supposed to be in the air or is it on the ground?
Okay, yeah. Okay, cool. So Marty will sort of like concentrate on the like weird pinging energy. Like I imagine it's sort of like having an earworm in your head.
Yeah.
That's like what Traxigor's like message is. So she'll sort of just like focus on that and say, "We searched for it magically, but couldn't find anything. Is it on the land or in the air or what the fuck is up?" Here we go.
Okay. There will be a brief message, or sorry, a brief pause before the message comes through. At which point, Traxigor, you'll hear him say, "Oh yeah, it was a pleasure to meet you too." Oh shit. And he'll say, "Don't know, only know general area. Look harder. Should look like reality folding in on itself."
He said we have to look harder, and that should look like reality folding in on itself.
Okay, Thrix, can you do like a circle? Can you do like a circle?
Yeah, how big?
Like,
Big?
yeah, can we like search the area, like mile radius kind of thing?
So like sort of like almost trace the edge of where this X is.
Like gently circle the X.
Yeah, sure. And ready the vessel and begin doing that.
Oh, okay. So we just have to what did he say it looked like again?
Like reality folding in on
Reality
itself.
folding in
Whatever that
itself.
means.
And on itself.
I think I've ever seen that before.
Owen
Perfect.
will sit up and start watching.
Oh, then have you ever seen reality fold in on itself?
No.
Oh, that sucks.
I feel like Olin would be the closest.
Wait, have you seen reality fold in on itself, Silkus? You're muted.
feel like that's a sensitive question for Silky. I feel like he has.
It's much like you said earlier, Marty. It's one of those things. I will know it when I see it.
I
Yeah.
feel like I would totally not see reality folding in on it. Like, I feel like I would walk. The thing is, I grew up in Luskin, right? We had the Mage Tower, Secret Academy Tower. We had cults. You know, like I had beef with the like I feel like I'd go get the newspaper. Reality would be folding in on itself at a fixed point in the sky, and I'd be like, "Damn, it's an aurora." You know what I mean? Like I
Wait a
feel
second.
like, what if people seen it but they didn't know it?
Possibly.
Yeah.
Wait a second. Rhea,
Yes?
you've been to hell, right? Or is
No.
that just like a
No,
it's
she
just like a
hasn't.
name you guys have for it? Fair enough. Okay,
Yes,
never mind. I was
no,
gonna-
I've fought a devil, but not been to hell.
Okay. Okay. Well, there is a mirage over there. That kind of looks like reality folding in on itself if you don't know what a mirage is. Are you 100% sure that Traxagor knows what a mirage is?
Uh-oh, I think Fish is frozen.
Gosh.
In a stunning twist of events, I'm still alive.
I know, right?
You
Right?
say that now.
Well, now you say that.
Now we're jinxed.
Yeah.
You jinxed or jinxed.
Well, if Fish dies and then I die, ultimately it all comes together.
It dies.
It dies.
Lol.
There's
you're back.
Fish.
Oh, hey.
What did I miss?
Nothing.
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 I made a really
Well,
bad pun.
potentially, what you missed is me. Is Marty suggesting that Traxagor doesn't know what a mirage is, and that's what he's talking about?
Should we just like sail into the mirage?
Well, I kind of need him.
I feel like there's something.
What if we toss something into the mirage and see if it like lands on the other side?
I was also going to say that what if. Faye, are you acquainted with any rituals that could possibly open a portal to hell or help produce a portal to hell?
Yeah, well, there's plane shift, but that takes a tuning fork specifically tuned to hell, which only Traxagor has. He's the keeper of the forks.
Any of y'all go?
Who has the spoons? Sorry.
Oh,
There it is. All right.
there we go.
We will be right back.
Take a brief break.
Yeah, sure. We can take a bri break here.
All right, we'll be back.
we're still better than Wizards of the Coast.
We
Yes.
really are.
We really
I would
are.
like to thank Jason and Fish for gutting modules from just gutting modules and building them from the inside out.
Mhm.
Wow. We were just talking about how our dedicated fan base does indeed provide us money for the things that we do. And one of these days, we're going to have to do a Arizona iced tea drinking session where we take the money so generously provided by our viewers and we just drink an Arizona iced tea while playing Dungeons and Dragons.
That we share.
God.
I mean, I think we could probably swing 5 Arizona iced teas. It might take us a couple months, but we can
It
get
might
there.
take us a couple months. Did we decide that it's September? I don't know.
We're gonna
Yeah,
call
oh,
it the
right.
gold. We're gonna call it the new gold standard hour, and we're just gonna shoot the shit.
Yeah, we really should start like plugging back. Like, hey, by the way, you should follow and subscribe. Like at the beginning, and then we should
Oh,
do
yeah.
that.
Yeah, fucking do that, I guess. I don't
We're
know.
better than Wizards of the Coast. Follow and subscribe.
Yeah, there we
The
go.
bar is literally in hell. Speaking
Which is
of
where
which,
we're going.
last we left our heroes, they had arrived at the place in which Traxagor had delineated or like specified on the map for them to go looking for this place where he could sort of divine the location of El Terrell in the Hells itself. Thrix, the guide who has taken you all through the Sand Sea, has claimed that you all have arrived at the place. And you set him on a course to sort of sail the perimeter of, we'll use the military term here, the grid square, where the X existed. And that is where we will pick up. You are in the middle of a desert, and there should be a warbling mass of time folding in on itself, and there most certainly is not. You-
Does anybody have a sling?
I have my crossbow.
Oh, no, I'm looking for a sling. Because I don't want to waste crossbow bolts.
Really waste. I just sort of have them still. I got this thing to shoot arcane energy, remember?
No, I don't remember.
Oh, I got this to shoot arcane energy now. You mentioned like a laser gun, and it sounded. Oh, you're muted, Mars.
You have ball bearings, Marty.
I do. I do.
You can just. You said you bought some.
I think. I don't
No,
think I bought.
that was me, baby. I'm the
Yeah.
one with the ball bearings. But I still need something to shoot them with. I mean, like, yeah, could I fashion a sling? Sure. Do I want to? No.
I mean, you're very strong, Jeremina.
Oh, wait. What am I doing? Jermina's gonna start shooting firebolts.
Okay.
She's just shooting as they're going slowly around. She's just kind of continually popping them out.
Okay. And each time you do, it's sort of you're shooting at the ground, I would assume, or in some way, shape, or form. Yeah. Or just off into the distance.
Yeah, off into the distance.
Okay. You do that. You sort of fire those bolts out, and as they fly out at just 5 feet beyond their range, you see them fizzle out into sort of a poof of black smoke that sort of wisps upwards towards the sky.
That's normal. They're just out of range.
Oh, okay. I could try shooting. Actually, yeah, Marty will reach into her bag and fucking move this out of the way, and pull out. To make it clear, this giant heavy crossbow that is the size of her. And she will kind of lock it. And she'll sort of like aim into like the ether wherever, or like she'll aim into the ground,
Okay.
and she'll sort of like aim far out, and she's just going to take a shot. So, like, it's just like a kind of like blue arcane energy, just like flies for however long the distance of a of a heavy crossbow bolt would be.
All right, and you watch it, and then you see it. Poof, you see a bunch of sand come up from the ground, sort of in like a sort of small little cloud, and then it slowly begins to settle down, certainly striking the ground.
DM question.
Yes.
Would earth tremor work in this situation? Does it have to be solid, or would it work with the sand?
I would rule that it would be usable. Is it
Okay.
concentration? Because I believe you still have detect magic up, correct?
Yes. I think once he didn't see anything, because since it would be supposedly very obvious,
Yeah.
he would have ceased that.
Okay.
But earth tremor is just an action.
Okay.
And then, yeah. The best he's got, Captain. Here, I'll cast it.
Sure thing.
Take a look at that earth tremor.
All right. Casting Earth Tremor and sort of so the vessel is beginning to sort of arc around, and it is this large open space. It is beginning to sort of sail towards that rising stone, sort of the one that's in the vicinity, and sort of hooking around. You cast Earth Tremor, and you sort of see the sand sort of shake, and then like there's a bit of a funnel effect that happens with it, and you see it get pretty wet as it gets to the end of the funnel, and it just sort of shakes and shakes and shakes and shakes, and then just out of the corner of sort of the funnel, you see stone. It's distinct from the rest of the funnel, in the way that the funnel hits the bottom, it's clear mud, and basically like the sand has become one with the water at the bottom of the funnel that is your earth tremor. And then along the side, there's sort of rock that looks different than the rest of the affected area.
Hey, that don't
That's
look
interesting.
normal, does it?
Yeah, it's a bit out of place.
How far?
Vix, you mentioned that.
Go on.
Okay. You mentioned that there are like rocks underneath the sand sea and stuff, right?
Yeah. There's rocks, water, all number of things, really.
Maybe like an old portal?
Oh, I mean, I'm sure if you go far enough down, you'll hit the Underdark, I would imagine.
Hey, how long's... I've got 50 feet of rope. Do you got rope, Marty?
Yep.
You think we can do a little square knot, a little hitch tie, get them together, and EV-3 holds the other end of the rope, and I go into that strange funnel and touch that rock, figure out what it is?
Sounds entirely possible to me.
Sounds great. The only reason I'm offering myself up is I think I have the strongest chance of living.
Okay, yeah.
I'm not going to argue with that one.
Alright.
I am a waif, so...
Yeah, just, so guys, you keep Earth Tremor up. If I'm still in there, make sure it stays up.
You got it.
Owen, can you get up into that little eagle's nest and keep an eye?
No.
I think what I want you to do is you make sure that I'm not in... If there's, like, undersand sea creatures, you know?
Yeah, there is. Mm-hmm.
See? I hate this place. I hate this place.
No, I can go up there. Olin will climb up the mast.
All right.
Okay.
Easy enough.
Serena is going to tie the rope together using the appropriate knot when you're like tying rope together. I'm pretty
Sure.
sure it's the square knot. And then she'll like fashion a like a sort of makeshift harness for herself out of the rope.
Yep.
And then she'll tie it around EV-3's body. Okay. Marty,
Alright.
can you make sure EV-3 will pull me in?
I mean, it'll listen to you. You can just tell it
Well-
to do yourself.
I don't know if I can yell that loud.
Well, just you can EV3.
Alright.
If Jeremina starts yelling, screaming in pain or whatever, can you pull her up?
Okay, but like keep an eye out. Just we got to put double measures on everything. Cause what if I go limp, and then I can't scream and thrash?
Well, we're also gonna be right here, Jeremina. We're keeping an eye.
Yeah, just say
we're-
yes.
Yes, we can do that. Sorry.
Thank you. Alright, Silkins is on Earth Tremors, Marty's on Double Checking I Am Retrieved, Olin is on Sightseeing, and EV-3 is on the actual retrieval. Raya, can you be back up to EV-3?
Yes, I can.
Okay, and Faye, you just sit there. You're doing great.
There is no response. She's already sitting.
Awesome. Okay, do I just like jump off? Do I just jump? I'm just gonna. Jeremy's gonna like perch at the edge of the boat. Any last goodbyes? What if I die down there?
I love you very much.
Jeremina,
We'll make
it's
sure
been
you're-
very nice knowing you. I will make sure Wolfrin gets into Strixhaven at the very least.
Right, I don't know about Strixhaven.
That's why I said at the very least.
Okay, thank you. I don't need him to go to like the Neverwinter Academy of Arts, but Strixhaven. I've never met anybody from Strixhaven.
Marty's been to
Strix-
Strixhaven.
I
Strixhaven.
just remembered that Marty is from Strixhaven. Well, now I kind of do hope I die, and she'll jump off the edge of the boat.
Okay. So the way that the Great Sand Sea works is that the sand is not water, but the further down the funnel that Silkis has created that you go, the more and more like water it becomes, and eventually you sort of get pulled under, and it is heavy, it is dense, it again is not like water. You're sort of in the mud layer of the Great Sand Sea. What would you like to do?
I think Jeremina gets into the funnel proper, gets into the mud, and it is like the earth tremor is still active, right? So they're still like trembling.
Yes. I based on the description of the spell, I would say that you still have some time.
Jeremina, when she gets in there, I think is immediately overwhelmed. I think the primordial animalistic part of her brain takes over, and she spends like a solid 12 seconds just in that space trying to acclimate herself. And after the 12 seconds are up, she'll start moving inch by inch towards the rock
Okay.
that Silkes had seen.
Okay. Eventually, it is, when I stress this, impossible to see down here. So you are operating blind. You make your way that direction, and eventually, boom, you hit something solid. Being in this sort of mud layer of the Great Sand Sea, you place your hand forward, and there is a hard, solid mass there, which is unlike everything that is surrounding.
Okay, I'm trying to think of what to do next. Um, can I field suggestions?
Yeah. Feel free, because I would assume that if there were suggestions, it would have been things that you guys kind of hashed out beforehand. So,
So if
yeah,
she
feel free.
can't see, if she's like feeling blind, then the only thing I could think Jermina would be able to cast in any capacity is fairy fire, but that only highlights people, as far as I know.
And it's also not a spell, I know.
Yeah.
How much slack does Jermina have here? We have, like, I
100
want to say 100 feet of rope.
Yep.
So how much do I have left?
I would say you probably have about, I'll say 60 feet, because we have to account for what's wrapped around EV3.
Awesome. I want to expend as much of the slack as I have to get a feel for the dimensions of this rock.
Okay. I'll say make a investigation check with advantage.
Awesome. Thank you for saying that.
Yep.
We're back.
Yep.
You got this, Jermina. I believe in you.
Okay. 16.
16. So you use all of the slack that is available to you to basically move along the wall and feel out the breadth of what you're dealing with. And it becomes very clear that you're dealing with a wall, or a monumental wall. You sort of move along it. It remains consistent throughout. Directly where you started, 60 feet to the left, and then making your way along sort of the radius of what rope you have, there is just a solid rock surface. And you're just making your way along it.
Now, this is, I think, the most important question I have to ask.
Sure.
Feeling along the wall and feeling along the, like, since this is the only way she's able to experience the world,
Mm-hmm.
I think Jermina's focus on the texture of the wall is important.
Yep.
Is it natural? Is it rough? Can she say with certainty if it's man-made or not?
You would feel as though it was somewhere in between.
Okay.
It is just rough enough that it feels natural. It's just rough enough that it feels natural, but it's also so consistent. Like, you can't find breaks. It just feels like with the exception of the natural bumps and curves that you're feeling, you can't find any cracks or mortar lines or things that would indicate man-made, sort of, like the space in between bricks. It is just a flat surface, but it has bumps and sort of, it undulates, as it were, in a way that feels very natural, but also it doesn't have any breaks or sort of straight lines. It's just a surface with those sort of bumps.
I think once Jermina has reached the end of her rope, so to speak,
Aha.
I think she gives herself a few seconds and she kind of pulls away just to give herself some slack, and then she starts tugging on the rope as hard as she can.
Okay.
I don't think it occurs to her to like yell or scream. Like, I think her ability to process things is so. She came here to check out the wall. She checked out the wall. Everything else, her brain does not have space for.
Sure thing. Marty, make a intelligence check.
Bit. I'm good at those. Oh, maybe not. That'd be an 8.
Okay. You are standing on the deck, and you see EV3 planted in place, and you see the rope tensing in its fingers. It takes no action.
Oh, EV3. That's the thing.
Oh!
Pull it up.
It begins heaving. Jeremy, on your end, there's about a 30-second delay before you start feeling yourself getting pulled up through the mud and then eventually the sand. As you sort of pull up and out of the sort of funnel that was created by Silkez's earth tremor, you are covered in wet sand and then covered in dry sand, and you get pulled up and are alongside the side of the ship, and EV3 will plant itself to make sure that you have ample stability to be able to pull yourself forward.
Jermina just hangs there. She looks
I
like
can't
a
believe
wet rat.
Jermina.
And
I
she's
can't believe
just like,
Jermina became a Spider-Man 3 villain.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
I was
yeah,
gonna say that. I can't
think,
believe
like,
we see I can't believe we see where Wolfram gets it.
But yeah, like Jermina just kind of hangs there. I think there's like not a vacant look in her eyes, but she does not look good.
Maybe. Oh, Jermina.
Pull her
Marty
up!
will. Yeah, I am. Jeez. EV3.
Meow.
And then
Jermina is
EV3 will
pulled
like
up and,
pull her up,
and
she'll just like,
splatted on the deck of the ship. Just
yeah, Marty will
Yeah.
sort of like begin brushing away like some of the sand from her face and be like, "Hey, you good?"
She'll shake her head no furiously, and I think like sentience returns to her, and she kind of sits up abruptly and says, "I couldn't see anything. I thought that if I opened my mouth, I don't know if I breathed at all the entire time I was down there. It was so dark."
Yeah. Marty will like give her like a little side hug.
Oh, thank you. It takes her a second, and then she'll like return. She'll kind of like pat Marty's shoulder, and then she'll say, it's just a wall. It feels natural, but it was coerced. It was shaped because it was so. I mean, it had ebbs and flows, but it was a wall, and I went to the end of the rope, and it stayed a wall.
okay, that's interesting.
It definitely wasn't reality folding in on itself, unless I've discovered something. I think I have several fears that I didn't know about until right now. That was definitely eye-opening.
Well, I'm glad you're still with us. Silkez will like kneel next to Jeremy and like help Marty just like gently dust off her shoulder.
Ooh, it was scary. I don't know what it was. It didn't feel. And there wasn't anything. I feel like if we go to the portal of hell, it'll feel familiar. That didn't feel familiar. I don't know. Uh, I don't know what to do.
Get
I
you
thought
situated first, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought that because we made it all the way out here, because it was so difficult to get here, that it would be here, but it's not. And we're wasting time looking for it.
Yeah. I'm going to contact Traxagor again and see if he knows a little bit more about what we saw, what you found, and maybe if that's what we're looking for or not.
In here, I'll get you some water. We'll see if we can use some of the... Marty, is it alright if we use one of the barrels to rinse Mina off?
Yeah. Like, I have, there's like a washcloth with the soap. You can, like, soak it and sort of like, rub it around.
Oh, thank you. That's very sweet.
Yeah. No worries, Jermina. We're gonna take care of you. And she'll like give a thumbs up.
Silkas will begin washing Mina off and making sure she's all desandified.
All right.
And also
Fair
put a
enough.
little.
How many
glass of water
gallons
in
do you
the
think that takes?
It's sand. I've established that Jermina has crevices.
Silkas will wash Mina until
it's rough. It gets everywhere.
it gets everywhere. Silkas will wash Mina off until she looks like a person again. At which point he will start pressing sand from various crevices.
Okay.
I feel like that's really disturbing though, because he'll like look at Mina and then he'll use Presti, and Mina feels all the sand gather in any given crevice like a pearl before exiting.
Oh, that's good. That's a really good description. I like that.
I hate that. Yeah.
Oh, that's really good.
That's right. That's right. Turn my folds into oysters. Yes.
As someone with folds. No.
We all have folds.
Yeah, true. We are all people with folds.
So how does Mina feel, feeling the individual grains of sand come and coalesce between each fold before exiting?
Oof, coalesce, good word.
You know, I don't think it's clicking for her. She's just kind of in it, you know?
She's zoning.
I think she mumbles something like, "Can I keep that?" Or like, "Can we make use out of that?" Like, you know, she's slowly returning to life.
Silkes pulling the most god-awful marble from Jermina's cleavage. Here you go.
It would actually be a pearl then, because it's just like silica.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like it's just a straight up fucking tip pearl.
Did we just make a prestidigitation pearls a thing?
Yes, I think we did.
I'm just going to say that diamonds are born under pressure. So if the assets are large enough, should it be a pearl or should it be a diamond?
I do like the idea that prestidigitation is just making pearls. That's actually very fascinating. I like that a lot. Fuck
Yeah.
it. This is how this works now.
Jermina Silkes just pulls like a pearl, I guess now. Pulls a pearl out of Jermina's cleavage and goes, here you go.
That's mine. All of those are mine. I felt some of those pull from my body rolls.
Alright, what does Marty say to Traxagor?
Yes.
We found a man-made something down in the sand. Not sure if that's what we're looking for. Could you just come here and help?
Okay. There is a brief pause, and then you hear a response, and this. Oh no, I know. It's a paper I've worked on for a long. Oh, hold on. Oh shit. Make camp. I'll come soon. We'll figure it out. Yeah. So, anyways, if you want a signed copy.
He's still at like whatever meeting convention thing. He said just to make camp and he'll come and figure it out, which honestly, that does kind of sound nice. It's been a second since we've like made proper camp.
But we don't have time to turn around to vote. That's right, I didn't forget. I got a mind like fucking something that's got a long memory.
Unloxodon never forgets.
Yeah,
It's
well,
true.
I don't know. That kind of feels weird.
Do I need to still be up here?
Oh.
Don't forget.
Totally forgot Olin.
Olin is literally sitting.
We're saying that we are the better D&D podcast. Don't forget we're saying we're the better D&D podcast.
Olin, you can come down, baby.
Olin will just fall backwards off the mast and drop so he can land on his feet.
Oh, fuck you, Olin. Fuck you. What are you talking about? Oh, let me just do a little backflip off the... I'm back.
I missed you.
Thank you.
You've got some homemade pearls.
Oh, I hate when that happens.
Oh, that's nice. That's a great way to describe it. Thank you, Silkez.
I hate it when you like
Homemade
go to the beach and then you
Pearls
try to press it to
is the fucking name of my emo band. Honestly.
You know what word?
Sorry.
Jesus.
Carry on.
What word?
Bird.
Bird?
What about it?
Oh, sorry. I thought we were out of character still.
The bird is the word.
Bird is the word.
Bird is the word.
So I've been told.
So
Camp.
are we packing it in for the evening or?
Sure
Guess like
are.
it.
Yes, I suppose.
All right. I'll sort of look at the sky, determine a good course, and try to find a decent place to make camp. Given the openness of the environment here, to which he will take the sand skiff close to the risen stone mesa that is in this environment and sort of park it alongside, and will take the sail and use it to make a bit of overhead cover if anything were to fall from the top of the mesa, sort of as almost a makeshift tent or a makeshift bit of like cover for if anything were to come off the top, or at least to obscure your position if someone were to fire down from the top. We will go into the evening.
Hey, Thrix.
Yeah.
Do you does the place where we came from, would you be able to post something for, could I give you a letter to post?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no, things run pretty frequently. Postal things, messages. How secure do you want?
Not very secure at all.
Oh, that's not a problem. That's just a courier fee.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Germina
on the
is.
house, on the house.
Hey, no, I'm not. I'm not gonna. It's. I mean, it's going all the way to Candlekeep. I'm not gonna. No, I'm gonna comp. Money's not gonna be anything to me. So
Okay. Oh, thank you.
yeah, Therix. Germina is going to spend a good few hours, with a bunch of sheets of paper in front of her, and I think she draws on them. I think she uses like charcoal. She uses some of the little dyes she has, and she is going to stitch together a like a 4-page drawing of the Risen Stone Mesa, basically like her view from the ship.
Okay.
And on the back, she's going to write out a letter, and then she'll fold it all up, make an envelope. She'll write like an address and pass it to Thrix along with like. I think she just gives him like 5 silver.
Okay. And he'll say, "Oh, thank you. Do you need signature confirmation on this?"
You know what? Yeah. I want to see my little boy try and do that.
Oh, okay, all right. And he'll like dig in his like little Indiana Jones satchel and like pull out a like clearly pre-made sort of parchment clipboard and start filling out a little form um, to denote the travel that this document is going to have to undertake.
Anybody have any last words? I mean, I think we're dawning on our last night here. I know the sky
Actually,
isn't very much, but
I do have one final letter I'd like to write. So give me just a moment, and I will get that done.
I write one too, actually, now that I'm thinking about it.
Olin just goes off in the corner and starts talking to the 2 artifacts that he has.
Okay, sure thing.
Sulcus is going to be writing the letter that I sent you, Jason.
I had kind of assumed. Okay. What does y'all's guard schedule look like tonight?
Sulcus is going to take second shift.
Germina takes first.
Olin will offer to take the rest of it so Marty can sleep.
Are you sure? I mean,
I only
I
need
know you and...
I only need 4 hours. It's fine.
Then Mario will sort of like look to Jeremina, but then sort of stop herself. All right, thank you, Owen.
Nah.
And
All right. Go ahead.
I have a small scene that I would like to do.
Absolutely. It's before bed, right?
It's like during the break. I think it's during Jeremina's break, not break, her watch.
Okay. Fair enough. If nobody has anything before that, we can jump to that and then go to whatever's next. So Fish, you're up.
So first break, what first watch? When does first watch begin?
I would imagine somewhere around like 9 or 10 p.m.
Okay.
once other people start settling down. The second a single set of eyes closes, you can fairly assume that that is the time that watch starts, right?
Um, what is Marty doing at 11 p.m.?
Marty is doing is she's finished up her letter, and now I think she's going over EV3. Like she's like taken off his like back chassis and is like has like a brush with her. It's just sort of like grumbling, and she like clears away the sand and is like working on like replacing some like bits and bobs and all that. She does this. You've like been around her enough to know that even if we weren't in the sand, she would be doing this. It's like a nightly maintenance thing that she does.
I think Jermina's going to kind of meander over, um, and she's gonna say, Marty,
Yeah.
you get to get a full 8 hours of sleep, and you just skipped out on 2. Go to sleep.
Yeah, but I still have to. If I don't take care of it, it's gonna break down. We kind of need it.
Okay, then, I mean, it's just scrubbing down the chassis, whatever thing. I've got that. Go to sleep.
Okay. But you know,
Yeah, honey.
both Silkas and Olin only need 4 hours. Why'd you stay up?
I think Jermina, like, smiles. Like, she smiles, like, she's grinning, almost. And, she'll say, well, I like quiet time to myself. I mean, watch is the only time you really get that.
Mhm.
It was one of the things that I took for granted when I had kids. I never really, I don't know, even when I was down in the mud, it was kind of nice. It was,
Yeah, I mean, it it was scary seeing you coming out of that. I've never quite seen you like that before.
yeah, yeah, I'm sorry about that. I just want, I was glad to do it.
Mm. Yeah, just so long as you're taking care of yourself, you know? I worry about you.
Yeah, well, I don't, but I mean, that's why it's, why you gotta party people. You gotta
That's why
take
we
care of
gotta.
each other. Why we got what?
That's why we gotta worry about you, because you don't.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I'm worrying about you right now. Go the fuck to bed, Marty.
Fine.
Get
Fine.
all up in your bedroll. Come on.
I'm going. Jeez.
Okay.
Even though she's like definitely making a thing out of it, you can tell that she actually kind of likes that you're worrying about her a little bit. Like it's been a second since anyone's done that, and she's kind of
Jeremy
realized
is
that she's.
going to wait politely until Marty's like in pajamas or whatever
Mhm.
and in her bedroll. And then I think Jermina's going to show up with a pillow that she had clearly stolen from the Van Thamper Manor because I think it has the Van Thamper like logo
Press
embroidered
on
on
it,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I
Mhm.
remember bitches.
Mhm.
And she's
Just
going
like just a
to
couple of blood dots, just like on the corner, and it's like, don't pay any mind to that.
Yeah, we
and
can get that with some bleach.
and Jermina's going to, like Jermina's like standing by Marty and she's gonna say, "All right, lift your head."
Oh, for a second there, I thought you were just gonna smother me. All right.
No,
Marty will.
baby, I'd wait until you were asleep. Well, no, I think I'd smother you while you're awake. Like I'd want you to have a chance.
Appreciate that.
Jermina will kneel down and kind of bring the pillow to Marty's face and go, "Oh, ooh, ooh, ooh,
Yeah, all
ooh,
right, all right.
ooh."
I'm gonna
Okay.
like lift her head.
Jermina will place it under, fluff it, and then all right, and she will take a long bolt of fabric double it up and then spread it over the bedroll and tuck Marty and the sleeping girl.
Thanks, Sharmina.
Yeah. Good night. Get your rest. I'll figure out the chassis.
Yeah, there's just a brush. You brush out like any pieces like sand that are sticking around.
Yeah, I can do that.
Thank you.
She'll pat Marty's like shoulder again and say, yeah, of course. Thanks for brushing sand out of my face. I appreciate it. And then she's gonna leave.
Marty will sort of sit there for a second and then realize that she is actually pretty tired and conk out.
And yeah, that's gonna be it for no, what's Olin doing? This is gonna be brief.
Olin's probably still awake because he only needs 4 hours, so he's probably gonna trance on Silkes's time.
Jeremina will like I think sort of power walk to him and say, why in God's green earth did I volunteer to take first watch when he got 2 separate people fucking awake? I'm making a sacrifice here.
Mm-hmm.
That's beyond me.
Still can't.
I want to say because you're very protective and you feel you must do it, even though you know that there are plenty of people to do it for you.
Olin, this was not supposed to be some psychological reading. Marty was out here doing that too.
I saw.
What is up with y'all?
Well, you see, I only need 4 hours. Marty, I think she's like an EV3, but missing bolts.
Okay. What, you think Marty's a robot?
No, missing bolts. How do you say?
You think Marty's missing a few screws?
That's what the Zaka said. Missing a few screws in the head. Yes.
Ooh, ooh. I got you,
Wow.
Olin. I got you.
But if you want to, you can go to sleep. I know Silkes is not asleep yet. I can hear him.
Yeah, but Silkes has got like disorders.
No, he just needs to trance like me.
No, I think Silkes separately has like disorders.
No, he walks perfectly fine. What do you mean?
No, I think Silkes has been deeply impacted by a series of traumatic experiences in his life that has led to a pattern of sleeplessness, nightmares, reactions, like overreactions to, like I know things. I read about things.
Duh. Olin is
Yeah,
so confused.
I think Silkes isn't missing a few bolts or screws or whatever, but they're like in the wrong place.
I
Have you ever had to
I
assemble-
understand that.
Yeah, have you ever had to assemble furniture? Doesn't matter.
No.
Wait, you know what? I think you would be really great at it. Second, third, fourth thing I want to. How's the? Silkes, close your ears. How's the thing I gave you?
Okay, so I wanted to ask this. Is this like the tiny flask that people like normally carry? Like, the one that puts it in like their coat pocket to hide, or is it like a canteen?
No, it's like a canteen.
Oh, it's a canteen? Olin will roll to the side and show that he actually has it placed neatly next to the Raven Dagger and the Bishop.
Thank you. I mean, there's been nothing. You haven't. I mean, it's not. I've seen you talking to the other two.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing.
What are you trying to ask, Jeremina?
I want to know if there's been if there's been anything in the coming from the canteen.
Can I insight Jeremina to see what kind of answer she's actually hoping for? Like,
Muted.
it's on you if I can if
I mean, you can, but like I'll tell you right now, she doesn't know.
she doesn't know if she wants to know the answer or not.
No, she doesn't know what she wants to know.
Okay,
Yeah, like
that's what I was looking for. Is basically, it is looking to see if she wants the answer or she's afraid of the answer, because then Olin would lie. Olin will see that and go, I have not heard anything, but it is special.
That's good. I saw the dragon vision of where my son was, but I mean, dragons lie, my memory lies, and time passes, and if things are getting worse in
Jeremina,
hell, then what?
you are okay.
Well, I am okay, but I don't know if other things are. It's fine. I don't know. It's one of those nights, you know. It's one of those nights. I drank all my whiskey
You
because I gave
need
my water.
you need to rest.
Well, but my break, I've got.
Silkes, are you still awake?
Silkus has headed out onto the deck while Olin and Jeremina were having this conversation. And so he's like, I'm already out here. So
So, Jeremina, I'm gonna say the same thing that you said to Marty.
Oh, go fuck yourself.
Go to bed.
Oh, go kill yourself. Jump off the side of the boat.
I probably will. It's boring.
Okay, fine.
But
Jermina's going to take her sleeping bag, and she's going to take all of her like pillows and accoutrements, and she's going to stick her tongue out at Olin, and she's going to walk over to the deck where Silkez is, throw out her bedroll, get out, you know, she's got like a nest, and go, you, Silkez, and then also Olin later on, get the loving gift of. I'm just gonna sleep out here.
sleep apnea.
Alright, yep. Okay. Oh, my back. Do you think Marty can make like a little heating thing? My back's killing me.
when Jeremina
Marty's already asleep, I think.
when Jeremina looks away to talk to Silkes, Olin wants to put his hand on the canteen and still see if he feels something.
When he does so, the canteen, there's a tingle that runs across his fingers. There's no message or anything. It's just that there's a thing there, but Olin can't place it.
He has no, so obviously no feelings and no sound. Can he at least sense, I guess, that it's who she's hoping it is, I guess? Like,
Make an insight check.
Yeah. I'm just trying to make sure that the person who's there is actually who she thinks is there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
14.
Ooh.
He's not sure, but he has a degree of confidence that it is. But he's also not sure. In the way that, because of Olin's memory things, etc., he's not really confident in the way that he understands the way that his relationship with these objects work.
Yeah.
If that makes sense?
Yeah, it does.
So,
it does.
yeah, so he thinks so.
He'll just whisper in a different language to himself, well, out loud, but in his own language he'll say, I'll figure it out. I'll take care of you.
All right. Who has third watch? Oh, more Olin content.
Oh, third watch. Third
We
watch
love
is
this.
me. For third watch, Olin is going to take the moat coin that he has, and basically, while he's watching things, he'll still look at it and see it's still active. Correct?
It would appear to be all of the moats are filled.
Okay.
Also, I'm assuming in this case that Silkas doesn't see anything during his shift.
Correct.
Okay.
As they switch, Silkas is going to just say, I personally didn't see anything on my shift, but I'll generally be awake, so.
If something happens, I'll let you know.
Great. And Silkas goes to trance.
Okay. Fair enough.
Olin is going to look at the hat and see if there's a place to hook or set the coin in the hat. Is there like a ribbon on the brim on the inside, like where it sits on its head? Then Olin's gonna tuck the coin in there and leave it on the hat and then put the hat back on. And from then on, he'll keep the dagger on him, but he'll leave the bishop with the canteen and basically talk to Ula as he walks around the boat, just checking things.
Okay. Go ahead and make a perception check. And what is your passive perception?
10 plus?
Yep. 10 plus.
17.
Jeez. Okay.
I have perception and insight as a double proficiency.
I mean, same.
Get rogues, gang.
A 17.
Yeah, bards too, right? Okay. All right. So as you are taking your watch, walking around, fiddling, futzing with your hat, trying to get it square or center, you notice something strange. And what you notice as strange is there is a slight updrift, a sort of wind, a cool wind coming from the rock that you are all camped against. It's almost otherworldly. It does not seem as though you would be able to get a breeze or catch a breeze from this direction because there is this massive stone mesa in the way.
Is it like an unnatural breeze?
No, it feels very natural, except for the direction it's coming from.
And the temperature, I would assume?
Cooler than you would expect.
Okay.
And also more humid. The desert of the Great Sand Sea, at night, it does catch a little bit of humidity because of sort of the sublimation of the Great Glacier, etc., etc. But you sort of catch it in between waves of that. And
this one's like more damp?
Yeah.
Okay. Olin's gonna keep an eye on it and like look around and slowly make his way to be like next to Silkez. But not alert Silkez yet, but basically just try to see if he can understand where this is coming from or if there's or what it is.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and make a nature check.
Fuck. -1. Let's get it. 8.
All right. It's like the big rock next to you is blowing a raspberry at your face very directly. It is wet and there's like motion occurring. There's definitely like you can feel a movement of air, and it is wet. It is cold, and it's odd.
Yeah. Olin will lean down, keeping his eye in the direction, and tap Silkez.
Yes. What is it, Owen?
I can't explain, but can you please stand next to me and you'll feel it. At least I hope.
Okay. Silkez will sit up. Not quite stand, but like sit up next to Olin.
Okay. You do so, and you feel the sensation I've just described. there's a air motion, the wetness, etc., coming directly from the rock.
Are we being breathed on?
I don't know. Olin will start walk. I'm assuming the boat is like next to it, like the bow is not facing it. The bow is like to the like horizontal to it, like perpendicular.
Thrix sort of pulled it up alongside
Okay.
of the risen stone. So like the left side of the ship is directly against the
Olin's
rock.
gonna slowly walk to the bow
Mhm.
and try to look around it, or look
Okay.
to see if there's anything else that he can see from a different angle.
Okay. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Come on, something better than 17. Nope.
Is there any? Is there any
17,
smell?
exactly.
What's up?
Is there any smell?
Make a nature check. Olin, as you sort of look over, you're able to very passively see in the darkness. You do have dark vision, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. You're able to see granules of sand rolling away from the side of the risen stone. Just sort of onesie twosies, like confirming your understanding of the fact that there is a updraft coming from this direction.
So it looks like it's so with the stone here, it looks like it's going like this.
No, so the stone is here, and you guys are on the vessel here,
Mm-hmm.
and the sand is moving this direction, right? So like if a granule of sand started here, it's moving away from the side of the rock.
Oh,
Does that
so
make
it's like
sense?
flat pushing it this way?
Yeah, so like you guys are here, wall here, sand moving this direction.
Okay.
That is a spicy little 5.
Oh,
Spicy little 5. Not
It's
sure.
just the desert smell.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of smells, and a lot of them are Thrix, who's right over there.
Anything
You'll
else?
notice him because of the breath strips now.
no, I see it. I see the sand moving away like it's the wind. I don't see anything else.
Silkus is going to turn. Has Olin already confirmed that there's nothing visible? It's just the rock.
Yeah, it's just a rock wall.
I feel as if we should move. But at the same time, we might be alerting something that shouldn't be alerted.
Olin will walk. How close is the stone to the ship? Did we put it like almost near it?
Yeah. Thrix pulled it up right against because he was worried about raiders like tossing things down from the upper side. So, if you're wondering how far the wall itself is from the ship, it's like 18 inches.
Okay. Olin's gonna grab one of the rusty knife and just gently touch the rock and see if it's the same the same material, basically, if it's actually a stone.
Okay. You reach your knife out and you see
Oh, fucking A.
the first half an inch disappear into what is presumably an illusion.
Olin's going to slowly pull the knife back and look at Silkez. And then start speaking in Abyssal. There's something wrong. This is an illusion. This isn't real.
Of course it is. Okay. Are we going to wake everybody else up?
Try to position yourself near Jeremina, and I'll stick my head through and see what we're dealing with. Because the only way we're gonna find out.
Of course. Yes, yeah. Mm-hmm.
You ready?
Yeah, give me just a moment. Silkus is going to scooch himself over to where Jeremina is.
Great.
All right, go ahead.
Owen's going to nod and then basically like putting his head into a cold bucket of water, just push his face through to see what it is without
right.
being subtle.
All right. You do so. You push your face through, and what you see on the other side of the illusion is a sloping downward sort of funnel isn't the right word, ramp, sort of a earth carven ramp into a large dome like structure, or a subterranean structure. And what you observe seems to have a artificial sun or some sort of lighting internal to it, and then looking down from that from that lighting, there is a lush, densely packed jungle, and amidst that jungle, you sort of see pockmarked structures, and it seems very much as though the tunnel carved up is newer or more distinct than some of the structures down below that appear to be crumbling and suffering from disrepair.
Olin's going to poke his head out and go, "There's a jungle in under the sand?"
Yeah, that seems pretty plausible.
I can see a tunnel to it, but the tunnel looks new, but not the jungle.
Okay, that means that something dug up to the jungle, which also does track. I
Olin's
wouldn't
gonna
say it's nothing necessarily to worry about. You didn't see anyone, did you?
Olin's gonna put his head back in just to keep an eye out while they're talking. Is there any movement at all? Can he see like outside the illusion to the other side or anything like that?
No, in fact, so you're sort of looking at it, and it goes down, and there's no other sort of entrance or exit up or down. You're peering down at it, and it is deathly still. There isn't birds, there isn't, cicadas or anything like that. It is just this sort of weird, otherworldly rainforest down below the sand.
You may want to look because I don't know what I'm seeing.
Silkes will say, alright, switch places.
Olin will back out.
Silkes will peek in.
You see all that thing.
All that thing?
All that thing. Everything
All
I've
that
just
fucking
described.
Does the tunnel look to be done in a very specific fashion that would be indicative of whether it's dwarven, gnomish, or drow?
I would say no. If anything, it appears to be what you would consider hasty. It seems like the tunnel was built in a panic. It was like the route down is loose and sort of, softball, baseball sized stones all the way down. Someone was in this chamber and wanted to get out and just made their way out in as fast a route as possible.
He'll pull his head out. So the tunnel is recent, and it was done very hastily. Something must have either attacked whoever was in here or frightened whatever was in here, because it was done as an exit strategy rather than an actual conscious tunnel.
Okay. Do we want to wake them up?
Sure. I don't see why not.
Alright. Olin will...
You get to wake up Jeremina this time, though. I
Shit.
woke up the last time.
Olin... yeah, Olin's confident. He'll crouch next to Jeremina and start gently shaking her. Jeremina.
What?
Your rock, is empty.
Okay.
Don't push away.
Oh,
What am I supposed to do about that?
There's a jungle in it?
What's my rock? What? And then she'll kind of sit upright. What? What?
With her sitting up, Olin will walk over to the rock and put his hand through it.
It's... The heck?
It is prettier if you look inside.
That's weird.
That's what me and Silke said.
Oh, my mouth tastes like sand.
You snored pretty loud, so your mouth was open.
Yeah, I got sleep apnea. I've got a deviated septum. Sometimes I've only got one working lung.
My bones
So
are made of
guess
glass and my skin of paper.
Where's Marty? Speaking of that.
Silkas is gently waking up Marty. Marty. She just sees Silkaz's eyes do. She I picture her opening her eyes slowly, and Silkaz's eyes are doing the huge reflective
No.
thing.
No. She does what my mom does. No matter how
Gentle, you
quietly
wake
and
her.
Gently, I try to wake her. She always jump a mile high and scare the shit out of me. So yeah.
Marty.
What? What? Is everything okay?
There's a jungle inside the rock. There's a jungle with a tunnel inside the rock, next to the boat.
Oh, Mario.
See, that sounded better than what I said.
I think Jeremina hasn't even looked through the rock. She's just putting the rope harness over her pajamas. She's just resigned herself to the storm.
And, Marty, the tunnel was done hastily, meaning something tried to escape.
Well, I think it escaped successfully.
Snork me. Well,
But it's
I did my best.
Right. Okay, give me 2 seconds. She'll pat. She'll Jeremina. Give me 2 seconds, and she'll get herself out of the cocoon. It's why is EV3's chassis still open? Oh, she didn't fucking clean it. God damn. And she'll close and be whatever, I'll be fine. And she'll go upstairs and rubbing her eye, and holding her giant ass crossbow.
And she will be able to feel the breeze when she steps out onto the deck.
The wet breeze.
When she walks up, Jermina's hastily scrubbing AB-3's chases.
It's too late, Jeremina. It was right next to me. What am I looking at?
Silkaz will very gingerly pick Marty up and put her head through the rock.
Silkaz cannot pick up Marty.
Yeah, no, she cannot pick up Marty. He cannot pick up Marty.
No, he's balancing her on his knees, just leaning her over the railing.
Marty's hand disappears into the rock with her so that she can rub her eyes.
It's an underground forest jungle.
Yeah.
thing.
It's the land. It's the fucking
Before
like
time.
secret, like the secret island or whatever the fuck. Like
Yeah.
the...
It's
Oh fuck.
you know,
Oh
center
fuck.
every center of the earth conspiracy theory you've ever heard. Now
Yeah.
confirmed. Yeah.
Lizard people, etc.
Yep.
Oh shit. Mario will like pat at like Silkus's arms.
Silkas will gingerly pull her back so she's not like putting all her weight on the bar of the railing and set her down, just like slowly slide her off his knees.
Well, that's fucking cool.
Right? Okay, I've got my harness on, I've got it wrapped around DV-3.
Hold it for a second. Sorry, one second.
Okay,
I think I might actually have something that would be helpful here.
Okay.
Marty will grab the bag of holding and like
Pull out straight meth.
no, not this
I thought
time.
I had those.
And pull out 2 climber skits.
What is that?
Basically it helps you not die. Climbing down this.
Okay. Yeah, fuck.
It's like a
Well,
proper
yeah.
harness, and like
Oh, word. You had
Yeah.
a proper harness this whole time. You
I-
set me up for 2
Silkas is gonna take one of them.
I did absolutely nothing. You did that all by yourself.
You could have intervened. I put this
I-
on by myself. You, Martha Turnig, I am going to kill you.
You had your chance earlier tonight and you
I
missed it.
have to go to sleep again sometime.
Uh-huh.
Ooh, the next time.
Mhm.
Let's go into the jungle.
Yep. Oh, guy.
How
Alright.
how deep is it?
So the sort of, we'll call it a ramp or the incline, decline, whatever you want to call it, between where you are and the actual pit that is the sort of jungle-esque area. It is about like 350 feet down, and the incline is a climber's kit would be a fair thing to assume here. It is not a leisurely pace. It is about a 75-degree angle downwards. All loose rocks and stones.
Jeremina sticks her head through, and then she pulls back out, and she's already taking off the climber's kit. She takes off the rope harness. She just puts them on the ground, and she's like, "I'll see you guys in a few hours."
Jeremina,
What?
going to be meeting Traxigor when he wakes up in like however many hours. Let's wait.
Okay.
Let's get the rest of our rest. I don't want to lose you down there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
She was gonna go back to sleep.
I'm going back to sleep.
Oh, I misunderstood. Never
Yeah.
mind.
Baby, I am not going freaking
Listen-
running my ass through that thing.
Okay, I'm tired. I don't understand. I'm sorry.
No, baby, it's okay. We're all tired. Well, we're all, but half of us are tired.
Mm.
I'd like to picture Silkas and Olin just like looking between each other.
Olin will just like fake yawn and stretch.
Silkas isn't even gonna give him the politeness of that. He's just gonna nod.
They're super tired.
Very
Alright.
tired.
Marty, you know, if you smother Olin, I'll smother Zolkez.
I do appreciate that. You
Actually, I want Marty to smother me because I know you've fantasized about smothering me, Jeremy, and I don't want to give you the satisfaction.
Don't worry, it's not going to be me. It's going to be EV3.
Well, I don't know. I think if I smothered you, Zolkez, there would definitely be like tones.
We're
to
just
it.
going down the rabbit hole.
Oh,
Yeah.
It would be like euthanizing my favorite pet. Like I'd be sleeping.
Wow.
I'm
Like-
going back to bed. And Mario will like waddle downstairs
And just like
and
fall
just sort of,
down.
Like, you just like immediately just like conk into the bed and be like, "Oh God, you can't do that on a fucking And
Can't do
be
that
like,
on a boat.
Can't do that. This is you can't do that on a bedroll." And we'll conk the fuck out again because she sleeps like the devil when she actually sleeps.
All right.
Like the dead.
Everybody sleep well.
All right, and with that, just on the precipice of our next adventure, we will leave it, and we will pick up next time on Dragon Ball Z,
Oh,
Perfect.
which will be a number of weeks from now. Maybe we'll do a thing. I don't know.
Because someone has to go on a cruise.
Yeah, it must be nice.
bye everyone.
I'll be
Be
just
nice.
at work. So
Yeah, same.
I got school and shit.
All right, say bye.
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 Bye.